Hello, my friend. Welcome to Reflections and Music, praying with singers, sinners, and saints. I was a young teenager in the Watergate years, so I remember well the Watergate hearings on TV every day and the shame that Nixon and his political operatives brought on our country with their lies and actions. So when Jimmy Carter ran for president, I knew he was going to win because his political ads on television presented him simply as an honest peanut farmer from Georgia who had served his country in the Navy. Even so, Jimmy Carter would later say that he may never have won the White House in 1976 if Southern Rockers, the Allman Brothers Band, had not endorsed him for president. During his presidency from 1977 to 1981, he faced down challenges in the Middle East, Panama, and the Soviet Union, as well as the energy crisis here in the United States. However, the Iranian hostage situation tested him the most. I prayed more during that year when the hostages were being held than I did any other time in my life, said Carter in an interview. My prayer was that every hostage would come home safe and free. Carter's prayers were not answered as quickly as he had hoped. The hostages were not released until his last day in office. Carter also relied on prayer during his negotiations at Camp David with Egyptian President Anwar el-Sadat and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin. He had so much faith in the power of prayer, in fact, that on the first day Carter proposed that the three lead a worldwide prayer for peace. Sadat agreed immediately, and Begin eventually agreed after the three collaborated on the prayer's exact wording. Carter's faith was so central to his life that despite hectic presidential demands, he maintained spiritual practices that were important to him, such as teaching Sunday school and daily Bible reading. He began teaching Sunday school when he was just 18 as a midshipman at the Naval Academy and continued to teach throughout his life. As president, he taught Sunday school at a Baptist church near the White House, and then after his presidency at his home church in Plains, Georgia. My parents, like so many others, visited Plains to attend his Sunday school class and then afterwards get their picture taken with President Carter and his wife, Rosalind. Jimmy and Rosalind Carter began the habit of ending each day by reading from the Bible. They took turns each night reading aloud, and when they were in different cities, they would read the same passage. In later years, the couple read in Spanish just to practice the language. Over the decades, however, Jimmy Carter has become the favorite whipping boy of Republican pundits, who often refer to succeeding Democratic presidents as the worst president since Jimmy Carter. That opinion, however, as all political opinions, is debatable. Setting politics aside, if we consider character as a measuring stick, especially in the years after presidents leave the White House, by that standard, Jimmy Carter is without a doubt one of our nation's best presidents. In 1971, when Kate was 10 years old, her father took her to a Baptist meeting where Jimmy Carter was the featured speaker. Afterwards, he signed her Bible as the governor of Georgia. Almost 40 years later, in 2009, Kate met him again at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham at a Baptist Covenant meeting, where Carter was again the keynote speaker. Kate sang her song, "Bear It Away," at the meeting about the 4 little girls who perished in the 1963 church bombing. Kate brought her Bible that had been signed by Carter in 1971, and he graciously signed it again. In difficult times, Carter's faith, Bible reading, and prayer have given him strength. But he also found inspiration in the regular folks he met through his human rights-focused Carter Center and his work with Habitat for Humanity. We see the bright side of things and the blessings that God gives so many people, Carter said. I would say the most impressive thing I've learned is how similar people are all over the world. A lot of times we tend to underestimate people who don't have a decent home or don't have a good education for their kids, who can't provide for health care or don't have a regular job. But as we work side by side with these people, say building a Habitat for Humanity house, always we find those poor families are just as smart as I am, just as ambitious, just as hardworking, and their family values are just as good as mine. So we've learned a lot about how varied God's blessings are, and how worthy people are, and how equal we are in the eyes of God.
Good old Sunday morning, bells are ringing everywhere.